I had to bring the camera out for this. What a lovely way to start the ride. Absolutely tremendous morning. So I'm an hour in. I've done 23k. I'm on the Black Mountain, which is a climb, biggest climb in the area, or at least the closest climb to me that is what I would call a mountain, but I overused it too much, so I stayed away from it. But now I'm back. It is 2 degrees today. I am only wearing technically 2 layers, unless you call the gilet a 3rd layer, which it probably is. Most things unzipped, even though it's cold, just so that when I get to the top, which is almost 500 meters of elevation, I can zip up and not have that cold, sweaty feeling on my chest. I'm kind of automatically sitting around 200 watts, which is about 60% of my FTP if you want to use that as a benchmark. I plan to stay here most of the day to rack up the 6 hours. Woo! Oh, it's a headwind. Ah! I'm going all the way over there. I can't actually remember the last time I did a 6-hour ride sort of this early in my training phases, like, you know, December probably, when we used to go to Australia to train during the winter because we had the weather to do it. But it's been a few years, maybe not that far back, but we've got some big rides planned next year, so I think this is just touching the surface. When I planned this route, I had it planned for 6 hours and 160 kilometers. I didn't actually know if I was going to be able to do 160k though, especially on this terrain at this low intensity. So what I plan to do now, because of the time, I've got about, the last 2 hours are going to be quite hilly. Like I barely average 25k an hour. So I'm going to estimate the last 2 hours are going to cover 50k, which means I've got 60k to do in the next 2 hours. So instead of pressing on, this is the fun and games we're going to have. I'm actually going to get more aerodynamic. Same power, but see if I can cover more ground. It genuinely feels like I've been out all day. Which I have actually, given the daylight hours are a lot shorter now. It's almost 2 p.m. and yeah, the sun will be going down in a couple of hours, but I'm just over 5 hours in, so I've got less than an hour to go. Unfortunately, I didn't make up the lost ground, so I have to cut off one climb that I was planning on doing later on. So instead of doing the last 4 climbs, I'm doing the last 3 of this little loop, which is fine actually. I've planned it in a way that I can easily cut a bit off. I'll hopefully get back in about 6 hours and about 150k. I am feeling it though. That's why I've stopped as well here, just to like eat rather than keep eating and ride. It's my first proper stop 5 hours in, and yeah, I definitely feel that lack of endurance slightly. And although there's been very little in terms of like power drop or like heart rate drift or anything, I just feel tired. As you'd probably imagine you would anyway after 5 hours, to be fair. Oh, it's dark outside. I've been putting this off most of the afternoon. I should really wash my bike. I will do it, but I'm past the point. I'm so sleepy. Too much fresh air. All this riding throughout the day. Too much fresh air. So I'm gonna wash the bike so that it's ready for tomorrow's ride. Mentally then I can just, gets me that much more prepared for tomorrow's ride. Because I know I have to get up
and do it all again for 4 hours tomorrow. So I think I speak from experience when I talk about motivation and how you cannot rely on motivation to keep you motivated. So I never like to give myself the excuse. The night before, I always get everything that I can get ready the night before, I'll get ready the night before. Kit, food, lights, batteries charged, whatever it is I'm taking. Because it's not just about, like, you know, losing a whole session. Like, if my motivation's not there tomorrow morning, I might lose a whole session. It's not about that. It's actually about the small things. Like, if I start the ride tomorrow like 5 or 10 minutes later, it already kind of sets me off on the wrong foot. If ever there was a day made for coffee, this is it. Definitely need to go through a couple of mobility exercises this morning, just to make sure that I'm ready for this bike ride. There's no way I'm getting on the bike feeling like this. This is probably my favourite.
Well, I successfully made it out the door, so that is a win for the day. I'm heading out, it's 6:10 AM. I'm heading out to get this done now this morning because I'll be in no mood to do it later. It's 2 hours now at my own pace. I'm gonna head back, meet Charlie, meet the group at 8:30 and finish off my 4-hour ride with them with a little bit of fun and games, possible cafe stop, and then that'll be us done. Regroup at the top then, yeah?
Straight up?
Yeah, to the end, then up the hill.
Is this the one you, me, Ben, Ed and then did those long backs? Is that the one?
No, that's
Is
this one, yeah.
Years before. Recce's are the fruit before coming out.
I've done recce.
Oh, this is part of it.
Yeah, this is part of it.
Oh, foot down,
Oh,
foot down,
failed,
foot down.
failed.
What was that thing when he, back in the day?
Gravel riding.
Yeah.
Oh my word. Charlie's made me. Oh, he has uncontrollable. Oh, I was so cold. 4 hours done today. Glad I did that 2 hours before I met the group, because it meant that I'd got most of the ride done. So when it started raining with about an hour left of today's ride, because I was with the group and I was freewheeling, and I definitely lost some body heat, so I ended up riding the last 45 minutes 100 beats a minute, which is quite handy sometimes, but not when it's like 5 degrees and raining outside. So I'm so cold. So I've got some hot chocolate Charlie's made to warm me up. She's in the shower getting warm herself. Give the bikes a wipe over now, but I'm glad that's over. But thank you so much for watching the video. Make sure you give it a like if you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next one.